forms. So yeah, looking pretty similar with the exception of CryptoPunks.
Mm-hmm.
And then if we have a look over here, Pudgy Penguins. So wanted to chat a bit about it. Obviously, we got Luca. He's been way out there. It will load shortly. OpenSea has been pretty buggy, so there might be a bit of a delay. So yeah, Pudgy Penguins looking strong still, 7 ETH or just under. They have pulled back. For those of you that don't know, I mean, Pudgy Penguins is an OG collection. They really were one of the great ones to have. And then there was a huge amount of FUD and bad decisions made. And then, about 3 months ago, Luca Metz took over, and he's really been good for them. He invested a huge amount of money to buy them. He's a very successful entrepreneur outside of this, and he's been very vocal lately and on a lot of spaces, doing a lot of content and YouTube shows and things like that. So we are seeing him out there. But I mean, even just looking in the last 24 hours, hasn't been many sales, and you can see it is due for a pullback. I mean, no way saying that this is a time to buy in, but it's usually that we see a pump and then we see like it come down slightly, then it sits there for a while, then it goes up again if it's going up, or goes down at that point. So this is all pretty normal. But the last 24 hours, there haven't been a huge amount of sales. There's been 2, 4, 6, 7. But what's interesting is that we've got one at 30 ETH and one at 17.5 ETH. So we're definitely seeing people who believe in the ecosystem buying the rares, which is always very, very bullish and a great thing to see. So yeah, man, they're doing well. I mean, you got to give credit where credit's due, and it's great to see an OG collection coming back.
I know.
And like for me, I really like that. What are your thoughts, my bro?
Well, dude, it just paints the blueprint on how to win. And I don't see why more NFT project founders aren't doing their fucking job and getting out there and talking. I don't get it. Like, why are they not doing it? Why is Dogepound, John Lemon, why are you out there on Spaces? Like, why isn't everyone on Spaces? This is clearly the meta. And I know it's like one of those things that a lot of these OG projects don't feel like they want to do, because a lot of them have founders that dropped the project from the beginning. Like Luca essentially is a fresh new face, which is why he hit the ground running. But if you're an OG project, chances are your project is probably tumbled. Like there are very few projects who have been able to maintain their stature from back in the day. In fact, I don't know if there is one. And the literal common denominator with all of them is none of them are active on Twitter. None of them. Subtux, Frankie's nowhere to be seen. Dogepound, John
Sneaky
Lemon,
Vampire,
nowhere to be seen. I don't even know that project. Like I have only heard of them, but they're not.
That was a great project.
Also, they're just not available on Twitter, bro. And I'm like, what are y'all doing? This is clearly the way through. It doesn't have to be a Spaces, but you have to be getting known out there. The people who are relevant right now are so past what we ever were at in the bull run. Like the only people I can think of with that level of like influence or even close to that was like an Alex Becker, where he would say something and things happen. We're at a point now where like those people are now Thread Guy, they're now Leap, they're now these new guys who are on Twitter Spaces doing these shows. And so for the OG people, content creators included, we gotta adjust the game a little bit. We gotta change a little bit. Like I've been watching shows, been taking notes, observing, been watching the Nifty Morning Show. Really been learning a lot there from P.O. The guy's a professional as fuck running a radio show. That's been cool.
I was a holder a long time, and I've always enjoyed their content. I've been doing the same. I've been joining Twitter Spaces left, right, and center. Benjamin, someone really who knows the Yuga ecosystem better than I think most people. I joined he did a space yesterday just out the blue, said he's going to do it more often. I joined that. And I agree with you. I think, you got to be active, and you've got to be on Twitter and on Discord and making a noise. And it's interesting because we're not seeing doodles. And, they've got so much going for them. And really, like, the only thing that's lacking is there's no communication, and it sort of comes off to me as being obnoxious. Like we're too big for our boots to have to come down into the trenches and be with the people. And I think that's a big mistake. If Doodle just had a great social media provider there handling it, they would be 2x where they are at the moment. And what's interesting is we've actually seen like Yuga and Bored Apes they've realized that. And you see their founders trying their best to come out of it. They don't seem comfortable with it to me, which is funny to see. They don't seem comfortable with it, but at least they're trying. And we've seen them do, a whole lot of different shows and interviews. They were on Full Send and many others, and they've also launched their own YouTube channel where they host different NFT related content, not even related to Yuga. So even they've realized, right? And if anyone can say, "Oh, we don't need to come down in the trenches," it's Yuga, and even they are doing it. So I don't know what's up with Doodles. I hope they change their view on it. But I agree with you, Kate. You got to be out there. You got to be engaging, and also people follow their leaders, right? So if you're in an NFT project and you see that the founders of the project are tweeting and on Spaces, it tends to make the community do the same, and that's what you want to see, right? And we see that with Sappy Seals. Their community, as you said,